ever had in my entire life. Okay. Now, for people who don't know, which I'm sure all my friends on I'm not YouTube, my friends on Facebook should know this by now. I am a huge, and I do mean huge, car person. Okay. Now, with that being said, I have been in love with cars ever since I was, I think, about 3 years old. Grew up around them, and my uncle, he had a car, a 72 Nova, and riding in that is what really started it. And of course, the Gone 60 Seconds movie that influenced it as well. And of course, the whole Fast and Furious franchise came along, and I got my first, I'll call it my import car, but it really wasn't. And started stuff. So, what's up, Steven? Um, so it just grew from there. Now, a very, like I said, very, very special place in my heart. And, I say I did work hard to get this. Now, for those who don't know, I used to work at a very, very special dealership. This place is called Flemings Ultimate Garage, okay? Some of my new friends probably don't know nothing about this, but I have put videos up from there numerous times. Now, how I got that job, that is another story, so let's get into that. So, once I got my car and was able to drive around my own self, I went and got I had went to up to that dealership, just to look around, see what all was up there. Especially since it was in the area, Rockville, and I could get to it and drive like 4 or 5 hours and I'd way to get to it. I said, oh shoot, this is the chance of a lifetime to see all these nice cars and then I can easily access them. Get to them, I should say. So I did that, and I got there, started, looking at some cars, and of course, a couple of people asked, "Well, are you interested in these?" I said, "Yeah, I am, but I don't have the money to buy any of these, but I'm very interested." So I started talking with them, and everyone I talked with, I started to become friends with, and share a couple stories with, and they tell me how, I asked them to say, how do you like your job at a dream place like this? Like I said, they all love it and they enjoy working there. And it was awesome to see, they enjoyed it just as much as I was. Um, so I kept, going up there and trying to, help out and talk about cars and, see if I can, help them in any way I could. So I then started going to the Washington Auto Show. The first couple of times I went, I didn't have a camera. But lo and behold, the first time I went with the camera was when I found them. Now, I wasn't paying any attention to this because they always have a section roped off, which they still do, for classic cars. Just say classic cars to look at, you can't get near them and all that. His section, however, you could get to, wasn't roped off, and of course, he was treating it like new cars. These are, what this car is. You can buy this, see the details on this. I can tell you all about it, stuff like that. So I had to come back and do a second look. I said, "Oh, this is the place where I like to hang out at." So I went back over there, talked to them. Of course, the same conversation happened. I got, talking to them about cars. What all they brought up here, and I said who drove what and how much fun was and stuff like that. So, of course, I didn't think much of it. I came a year later Did the same thing, of course, after I've been up to the shop a couple more times. I even went to attend a rock concert with Tony because he had put it up on the walls of the dealership saying he was going to one. He was taking the car test. So I said, sweet, I'll do that and help him there. So I did that, went down there, gave him a hand. Of course, he let me in for free. So that was awesome there. Like I said, he's a good dude. And I went there, he went to the concert. I spent really more time around the cars because I'm not really into rock music that much. But oh my God, that night was awesome. So I went, stayed where the cars were, liked them off a couple times, and see if anybody wanted to talk about them. So I had eventually I said, you know what? I am getting this for free. Let me go enjoy this rock concert. So I did that. And then I left. Now, when it came back time for the auto show again, I already knew what the game plan was. So went up there, looked at all the new cars. First, the second floor, then went to the first floor, which is where he is. So went to the first floor, and then I did my lap around down there. And then I went down to his section. Same thing as last time. We started talking about cars. How was this? How was that? How you been doing? Stuff like that. So I said to myself, I said, dang, you know what? I would love to see if I could drive these cars and all that. This is before I ever knew what a lot attendant was. So I kept, going down there and asking. Well, I wasn't asking, I should say this. I was going there, helping them out, telling people about the cars here, what this is, what that is. It's got, manual transmission, automatic transmission, these cars turn heads and stuff like that. So what I did was I came back the last day of that year, and around closing time, that's when Tony had showed up, and I had said to myself, all right, let me try something. So I went over there and I started, talking about cars, all the same stuff as last time. However, this time I had went over, what did I go over to? One of the other salespeople that was there. You started talking with him about, say, you know what, I can give y'all a hand with something. What can I do? And he said, well, why don't you talk to our boss about it, the head of the company, Tony. So I did that, went over there and said, hey, well, what can I help you out with? You need help wiping cars down or what, I can do. But he said, well, right now, definitely there's not much you can do until you're 25 years of age. And I said, doggone it, I gotta wait that long? And I think I was about 20 years old then. So I have 5 years to wait. Of course, I still went up there and visited them and all that through the whole 5-year period. So when they came back around time for when I was 25 years old, I went, of course, back to the auto show. Did my lap around second floor and the first floor. Went over and saw where he was. Okay, got that straight. Then over the PA system, you heard the auto show is closing in 5 minutes. Please make your way to the exit. And I'm like, oh, shit, here comes the fun part. So the first half was thinking, well, okay, I'm gonna stay down here. The second thing I was thinking was, how are they gonna know if everybody isn't out of here? So what I did was I stood, back there where the Tony's bus is and stayed behind it for a little while. Then they said the auto show was closed. I'm like, okay, I did it. So I walked back around, started talking with him, hey, you still here? I'm saying, yeah, I can't get away from these nice cars. So I went after he said that, that's when Tony had showed up again. And I went up there to him this time, pulled out my driver's license. I said, Tony, I'm 25 years old now. So he smiled and laughed. I said, "Yeah, I couldn't forget that part. I wasn't going to forget this job at all." So I had told him, I said I was 25 now. Of course, he laughed and smiled and thought about it. He said, "All right, then, I want you to take this 68 Camaro and put it over there with the Shelby Daytona. Then take the Maserati and put it behind that." I thought about it for a minute. I said, "Is this happening?" And sure enough, he gave me the keys to the Maserati and to the Camaro. I moved the Camaro. When I got in that Maserati, though, holy crap! I've heard so much about these things. So sitting in one, oh my God, that changed my life. So sitting in there, I started up, and I sat there for a minute. That's one of the pictures came home with me sitting in it. I said, "Wow, this is awesome." So I moved it over there. I still sat in it for a minute, and I got out. I said, "All right, this is fun." So he showed me what the game plan was. Move these cars to this section, then take them outside where we can load them on the trailer that's coming. So I did all that. Then he was like, "Okay, so come see me at the dealership next week." So I said, "All right, I can do that." So I went up there. Then he gave me an application to fill out. I said, "All right, I did that." He told me, "All right, so welcome to Tony Fleming. You were a lot attending here, so you move cars around and all that. That's what you do." I said to myself, "There's a job title for that? So that means I get to touch all these cars, start them up, and move them around?" I said, "Oh my God, this is awesome." So that happened. That's how I got the job. Like I said,